Magic of copy paste.
You don't have any magic, liar.
Can't believe you'd say that to me.
Really? I think it's the kind of thing I say to you all the time. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, finally getting a chance to finish this run.
Yep.
Because the last 2 Saturdays, first one you were ill, and then last one I was ill.
Yeah, we've been pretty good at this,
We've
basically.
been good at this, yeah.
Right.
Okay, then we just press play on that. And it's got about like half a minute, 10 minutes of me standing there.
We get our good music going anyway, and then just fucking roll through because we got 2.5 hours of stuff to go through.
Yep. Oh no, I just went off right away, I guess.
Oh, yeah, must have just started going.
That's fine. I just fight things in here. Yeah, my for the Forbidden Run, my Beastmaster got lost to the void.
Rip Beastmaster.
Which was sort of the middle one. I would have vastly preferred Knight.
Yeah.
To be voided, but I didn't want Bard to be voided.
Get Knight voided for that double gladiator fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you would have lost two-handed, but you also would have just had 2 gladiators, so like...
Yep. Yeah. Like, yeah. So anytime the sound cuts off, that's me, checking shit.
Yep.
Because we'd be able to run, but it won't run sound if you click out the window.
Yep. I wonder what we were doing here.
Oh god, I can't remember. It was a while ago since
Yeah, this has now been recorded, what, a month ago?
I was potentially just faffing around with the controls.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've done 2 full runs and change since then?
Yes. Yeah, I'm on run 6 now, and this was run 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this will be 2.5 hours, and it is all the void.
All the void, including the super bosses.
Yes, the 2 super bosses to go with Knight, Bard, and Gladiator.
I mean, Bard at least makes Omega doable.
Yep.
We'll explain how that strategy works when we get there.
Yep.
Won't be too long, I guess.
Yeah.
I always forget how, like, early in the void Omega is relatively.
Yeah, so this really is really early. And he's just on the map, and you probably at least your first run through will just walk in him and get murdered.
Absolutely. There's a reason there's a save point right in front of him.
Also, because this is my Brave Blade run, I have to fight everything.
Including the awful back attacks.
Yup. Luckily, I stocked up on items before I came in the void.
Mmm.
This team certainly needed them.
Yeah.
Two-handed is really good though, in both the Knight and the Gladiator.
Oh god, yes. So much damage.
God, yeah. They're always hoping for those finishers, and everyone is, I think everyone's mastered
Gladiator at this
Gladiator
point.
at this
I'm pretty
point,
sure,
so
yeah.
they're all like 50% chances for finisher.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. I know Boyd escaped into FF5 when he got voided.
Mm-hmm. He briefly escaped.
Briefly escaped, only to get lost to the void. As always, I'd pick up every chest. And I got back attacked by this group again. And this group is one of the worst to get back attacked by because these guys have roulette.
Yeah.
And the bombs self-destruct in your face.
Yeah, you really just want them to be dead as soon as possible.
For all their HP, which is more HP than you've got.
Mm-hmm.
They suck, and I hate them.
This encounter seems to just be as annoying as possible.
Yeah, and I got back attacked in a row twice in a row with it. And I can't run away because I'm brave blading. And I'm like, oh, I'm using so many high potions right at the start of this dungeon.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
Especially because that's really the only healing we got.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's forward facing, oh, I did not see your screen. I actually did see your screenshot resolve, Boyd, and that 40-odd attack was pretty disgusting.
A bit much, frankly.
Get an elixir.
Hell yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, I got a Ghidra as well.
Yeesh. Back attack by a Ghidra.
I was just like, ugh.
I do remember this.
Yeah. This was like back attack hell for me.
Yup.
Especially because 2 of my party members were level 4. So he chunked their HP.
Once again, in a run where we
In a run where
really
I only
want to
have,
hold these potions.
Yeah, I really want to hold these potions for, like, you know, the bosses. And Ned, really.
Yeah.
This fight's fine. Level checkers drop elixirs.
Quite nice of them.
So, yeah, they're like where you grind out elixirs if you need them for that. If you are, for some strange, silly reason,
if you were just
doing
sad,
Omega legit, please don't do it. I've done it. Don't do it. The next room has lots of level checker fights. You fight them a lot, and you get levels and elixirs.
Levels and checkers.
I have one run I did actually like grind all the way up to like 99 elixirs.
Jesus.
It was the run. Which one was it?
This is my phone.
Okay, you have your phone, that's true. Alright, let me log in it, because I'm sure it was like one with like it was either monk or samurai was like my only way to damage it.
Right.
It wouldn't be the one with white mage, because that one doesn't need you to like level up to insane levels, because you have white mage.
You have white
you have
mage,
shield.
you're set.
Sign in. I want to say it was 2060.
Back in the day.
And there were Samurai, Thief, White Mage, Monk. That was a time. I could have been that one. If I did it, I overdid it, because you really don't need to overdo it when you have White Mage. Although I really did need the levels for Monk to damage Omega.
Right. For Monk to be doing anything.
That may have been the one. Some things I could always check. Omega is... Yeah, that was the one, because you can see from my HP totals.
Is this not going through?
Oh,
Because
no,
LaRose just re-subbed.
Oh dear.
The overlay
Oh, I
is
had to redo the tip jar. So maybe...
possibly. I'll work through that.
Wanna pause it or keep going?
Nah, just keep.
I'm just gonna go black for a tiny second.
What I'll do actually is go to studio mode like a fucking professional, like I should. There we go. So now it shouldn't go black when I go to change something else.
Yeah, the tip jar wasn't working earlier. I redid that.
Mm-hmm.
You redo it and see.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things where I'm like not totally sure what I
Yeah,
have to...
I had to go to the site and get the alert box back in. Like, you don't have to remove it, you just have to, like... You go to your alert box, get the widget URL, and then popping it back in, it should then work.
Yep, there we go. Perfect. Anyway, LaRose, thank you so much for the resub.
Thank you. It is.
There we go.
Alright.
R.I.P.
Hopefully that ain't cut out.
Beastmaster.
No, it was my Samurai, Monk, Thief, White Mage one was the one where I got to insane levels because you can see my HP totals. They're fucking insane.
4,000, 3,000.
My Monk had nearly 5,000 HP.
Good God. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, this is a fight I did not enjoy.
Meanwhile,
either.
this encounter fucking sucks.
It sucks.
Fucking sucks.
Really is nice that the site lets you goes back to show you the images and the tweets, especially since I lost half of my 2016 and all of my 2017 runs.
Right, and the computer exploded.
When my laptop exploded, I only had backed up to halfway through 2016. So yeah, don't do it. That was Samurai Thief, White Mage and Monk. And it was hell, because the only way I could damage him was crits. It was not a fun run.
Certainly seems that way.
Like, so many back attacks. Just back attacked so often in this.
I feel like we were talking about it at this point of like, God, well, I guess we're just gonna get them all out of the way now.
Yep. Ah, yeah, there was my Monk, Berserker, Geomancer, Chemist run. That was a hell run. The Pyramid was hell.
Oh god, yeah. Wasn't Geomancer like totally useless in the Pyramid?
Geomancer's useless, Chemist might as well be because they do have a thing that kills undead, but it's like it uses a Phoenix down.
Ah, it's very expensive.
It's prohibitively expensive.
Right.
And their normal cheap method of attack is a drain spell that I guess undead hurts itself. Monk useless. I don't think I used a Berserker in the Pyramid because it's a recipe for disaster. Yeah, that Pyramid run was probably the worst Pyramid run I've ever done.
That sounds like it could be. As we work our way through yet another back attack.
So this year I did Omega legit with 2 teams.
Because you're a crazy person.
Yeah, Red Mage, White Mage, Freelancer, Ninja, and Black Mage, Ninja, Berserker, Geomancer. That was a hell of a one. Black Mage, Ninja, Berserker, and Geomancer. That basically was just screwed.
Yep.
Like, I had a way to damage him, sort of, if I did the triple reflect and 1 damage hits him without countered, but I ended up killing the person who didn't have reflect on in like 2 hits, even with half damage with like a diamond plate on.
Yep.
So it didn't work.
Yeah, I tried to get tricksy. It didn't really work out.
No, I just had to like chunting my way through the counters was just better.
Yeah.
Because that way I didn't have to have reflect rings and everyone as well. I could have Herming Sandals, which is just so much more useful.
Gigantic plus there.
Because it is just like Omega is so fast.
Yep.
Shinryu as well. Omega and Shinryu are really, really fast.
Yep.
You need haste on if you want to keep up with it.
Yep. Yeah, we'll talk about it once we get there, but the fights really are so much about tempo and just being able to take enough actions to, like, keep ahead of his damage.
I'm pretty sure in the Omega fight at least once or twice I mess up the thing. Why I make copious save states during them.
Yep.
Yeah. Riveting random battle action.
The white moss.
Yeah, with Bard, a Knight, and 2 Gladiators all two-handed, these random encounters aren't a problem. No. They really only become a problem when they back attack me, and that's because they can actually get damage in. Otherwise, they're stopped, and then I two-handled them to death. And so if you ever like Brave Blade runs are the worst, but then you should have a two-handed Knight with Brave Blade. That pretty much chomps through any random encounter.
Yep.
Apart from like at the very end of this void, where like the random encounters are horrendously bad, and you really do want to run away from them, unless you have the specific tricks to get around, say like Behemoth's counters.
Anyway, here's Calofisteri.
Calofisteri, who is a joke.
I don't know, it did just do 252 damage.
Oh no.
369 damage, which is pretty nice. She's got a nice orb, too.
Yeah. Actually, because she drains and stuff, you can actually, you can become, like, invincible to her if you have, like, bone meal and, like, reflect on.
That reflect probably isn't going to help you very much.
But, like, I never bother with the, I never bother with, like, Bone Mail or Reflect or anything in this fight because she's got, like, no health.
Yeah, like, if you're already preparing yourself to go through Omega and Shinryu, you've probably done the work to, like, get through, to just power through her at this point.
Really, she's only a problem if you have a team that is tricksy.
Yeah.
Rather than powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But not many, there's not many teams that don't have a power to get through her.
Right.
We're in the caves.
Ooh.
These caves are butt when you can't run.
Oh god, yeah.
Some of these encounters are just awful, and the void is really where I regret
Brave Braids.
Brave Blade runs. I don't remember what I was doing there again. Finish.
I feel like you were checking on the Great Dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, I got murdered by this Great Dragon, by the way.
Pretty fucking Great Dragon.
Yeah.
So you're like, let's not.
I was like, because I didn't heal, because like, oh, I have the save point coming out, I don't want to use my high potions, but like, then I
fucking
then
bad.
I hit that encounter, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of have to have heals for these Great Dragons. They can counter Earthquake, you know, and I believe it is a counter. Yeah, top tier dragon. And you need to like finisher them to get rid of them.
Wow.
I was like, god damn it.
Anyway, get balloting.
Get stopped. Kill them. Easily the biggest threat in this fight.
Yeah. But you're telling me that fucking failed giraffe isn't just dangerous as hell?
Well, he's a Catobolus.
Yeah, I know.
So he turns it stone, so he's also a massive shit. I think he counters with stone as well. I don't stop. Angel ring in here, which can be quite handy.
Whee!
I didn't mean to drop down there. But yeah,
straight on top of Omega.
You can drop down the waterfalls. So I'm gonna go and grab the coral ring that's in the chest in the previous room, and then take on Omega. But yeah, you can drop down those waterfalls and just land straight on Omega if you are that unlucky. I am just so bloody pissed off. Every single time I turn around, I hit one of these bloody Great Dragons, and they're gonna Earthquake me to death.
Absolute fuckers, them.
Yep. You can't be stopped.
No one can stop a Great Dragon.
And there's that Earthquake.
You're like, fuck you, that's just one more cottage.
Yep. I'm like, Yeah, just have to save state and just run for it rather than like healing with potions, because I can't afford to use all my potions like here.
And then we got another one.
And I got another one, and I was like, no! No!
Luckily for us.
Luckily for me, my finishers came through.
For once.
Yep. Alright, and I was like, phew, alright, let's cottage.
Anyway, now it's time to get fun.
Let's cottage and then set up for the first super boss, Omega. Completely chumpable if you have a bard.
Yeah, that's kind of the punchline here. It is possible to stop Omega to death.
Yes, Omega is vulnerable to stop. But he is very fast. I think he's heavy. I want to say he's heavy, so it like runs off really fast as well.
Yeah, that's sort of the biggest thing, that like if you are not literally constantly stopping him with multiple people, he will actually get attacks in.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if he gets attacks in, the fight's
dead.
done.
You're dead. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what like the best way to do this is, and I need to have 3 people singing. I think I'll do Swift Song with one to make me faster, because that's the way with the bard as well, is you can make yourself faster, so then you only need 2 people sing to keep them like tied down.
Right.
You can actually get fast enough that you really only need 1, but I don't think I sing for long enough to get to that point.
Takes quite a while.
I just want to, like, get him murdered. So I give everyone Sing, so that everyone can sing him. I give everyone Coral Swords, because if you have electricity, you bypass his defense. Which is really, it's too high. Any other sword will basically not get through that.
Pink off of him. Yeah, you really have to, like, tune your entire layout to even, like, be able to fight Omega in the first place.
Like, maybe two-handed Brave Blade would get through, but I don't have two-handed, so...
Right.
And, like, what am I putting on? Hermes sandals? Yeah, there. Considering my setup.
Now we go.
And now we fight this boy. He just looks like a, I think this was the first FF to have super bosses. Yeah. And they're balls hard.
Yeah, like, Shinryu and Omega are, like, leagues ahead of most bonus bosses.
Yeah, I have 3 people locking him down at first, and then I Swift Song with the 4th. And you'll see me stopping like that to try and stagger my stop so that he doesn't break free.
Yeah, like, it can basically wear off before your ATB ticks high enough. You have to really understand how to do this, and it helps to have save states for when you fuck up, because you're gonna fuck up.
Yeah, I quite often just, like, restart the fight, but I didn't want to do that on stream, because it could take a while.
Yeah.
Because one fuck up is enough to kill you.
Yep.
And when it's fast forward, that's nowhere near as much of a problem, but when you're doing it in normal time... But yeah, the problem is that characters, different classes have different ATB gauge builds because of mostly equipment weight, so my knight will be slow. Slow agility, his ATB gauge will fill up much slower than the bard's. I think Krill is actually pretty fast. So yeah. So if they all went up at the same time, it wouldn't be a problem. You'd find a stagger and you just stay with it. But because it staggers, like, because their ATB gauges go up at different rates, you'll get to the point where 2 characters are up at the same time and you're like, nope.
Yep.
At this point I'm like fanning around with like equipment.
Yeah, if he's not countering, that means he's still stopped.
Well, he doesn't counter stop.
Well, no, I mean, like, when you smack him and
When
he's
I
not
finally
countering.
smack him, yeah, if he doesn't counter me, he's stopped. If he does, I'm screwed.
Yep. If he does, you die.
Yeah. Yeah, try to get a few attacks in, because I'm like, I'm like fast enough for 2, right? I don't think I am at this point. I think I got a bit cheeky, got a bit too big for my britches here.
It's fine. We wrote state because we weren't dead at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, rest in peace, Beastmaster.
Frankly, if you're playing this game on emulator, absolutely use save states in the Omega fight. Like, sometimes it's just he does a thing and then you die.
Yeah, I knew I messed up there. I was like, yeah. I did the stop too soon with Krill. A casual attempt at this boss looks like death.
Looks like you dying and respawning at the save point
like
in the previous room.
And if you're playing non-Fiesta, Omega is actually so much easier because you have access to all the tools to trump him.
But you do have to know what those are.
Yes.
But in general, it would be like things like lightning's, like Thundaga sword. And,
yeah, not Thundaga. He has innate reflect.
Right. Yeah.
And if you bounce it off reflected yourself, he still counters that.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of Omega's counters is he just literally like removes the character from the fight.
Yeah.
In circle. It's based on magic hit, so if you have Shell, Shell actually halves the chance of that hitting. Which is why White Mage is super good in this fight.
Yeah, White Mage can buff and can also heal everyone, which
Yes.
is another problem that Omega has. He has attacks that hit everyone
Yeah,
for, like,
Wave Cannon
most
does,
of their health.
Wave Cannon does half HP in sap.
Yup.
And he does that. It's regular, and the regular algorithm does that. So you can see I'm getting faster and faster, and it's getting easier for me to lock me down. So how the speed song works is it actually starts you from further up your ATB gauge. It doesn't change the rate the ATB gauge goes up. It just starts you at a further up point.
Yeah, so if you look at, like, when Lena or Krill, like, does a thing, you can see that they are literally starting, like, 75% of the way up the gauge.
I'm like, I'm thinking, shit, I really should have, like, sang. Yeah, I was like, I really should have sang with my knight. I was like, that. I went too far there. I'm trying to hit Faris out of Sing.
Yeah, because she's going to continue singing until someone punches her.
She will start singing until she gets a physical attack in the face. And since Omega isn't attacking, it's gonna have to be me.
It is literally the only way to shut a bard up.
Yep. Funnily enough, it will come into play in the next fight. In a very strange way. But yeah, I could let Faris just keep singing until I'm so fast that I only need one person to lock it down with sing. But it does take a long time, and I'm like, I'm gonna let it go a little bit faster, a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna punch her out with it.
Yeah, that little bit of the gauge is enough, basically.
You can see how much further up in the ATB gauge you start.
Yeah, again, we're starting like 70 to 80% of the way up the gauge as soon as it goes away.
This is definitely the Bard Omega strat if you don't have, like, quickly.
Yeah.
Is Swift, one person Swift songing, while 3 lock them down or 2 lock them down in one attack. And then when you get fast enough, you only have 2 singing or 1 singing if you're really feeling brave.
Right.
While the other 2 attack. Technically, you could just have 3 singing and 1 attacking the whole time, but Swift Song makes this process so much faster.
Right.
He has 55,000 health, and I'm doing like 1,200 a hit.
Yep. 40 to 50 hits. Especially with your butt puckered the entire time for if you fuck up, which is also part of it. Like, if he gets 1 attack in here...
You're dead. You're dead.
You will not be able to recover because you won't be able to revive people faster than he attacks, and you won't be able to lock him down.
I just go, fuck it. I forgot I put the Mirage Vest on Faris.
Right, that's also part of it. You'll notice that her
I put image on Faris, and I'm like, that's when I realized it. I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you totally could have. The reason that both of the hits we attempted to do on her missed there was because she had the Mirage Vest on, which grants you 1 free dodge.
So you don't have to do any damage with your hit, as you saw with the punch.
Yep, as long as you hit.
Any physical hit will knock them out of singing.
Stop
singing.
Singing!
Now I'm more than fast enough for 2 people to lock her down and sing, and I can just attack.
By the way, we should mention that finisher does not work.
I put Hero's Rhyme on.
Right, yes.
That's what I did, because Hero's Rhyme pumps up your level.
Right.
And damage formula uses level as a multiplier.
Which basically means as your level goes up, like the Hero's Rhyme literally just ticks your level upwards.
Yes, ticks your level up and up and up and never stops as long as they're singing.
And that means that your damage will just go up and up and up.
So I think I continue having 2 people singing for safety's sake, even though I don't really
may or may not need it at this point, yeah. And I mean, honestly, better to be safe with this fight where, again, if he gets 1 attack, you're dead.
Yep.
We should probably mention the finisher thing. Why we can't use finishers.
Why we're not using finisher is that Omega absorbs all elemental damage apart from lightning, and the finisher is earth, wind, water, fire.
Yeah, the game very cleverly decided that you shouldn't have an electric finisher move.
Yep, so we cannot use it on Omega.
So gladiators are actually not really that useful for Omega, basically.
No.
I mean, they can do damage,
You can see the Hero's Rhyme is pumping up my damage a little bit.
Yeah, you can see the numbers just start to go up. as Butts attacks in.
Which is why I think I did that just to show that Hero's Rhyme pumps up the numbers like this.
Yep.
It probably would have been faster just to have 2 people attacking.
Yeah, like overall, by the time that he's dead, I think we'll have gotten 1 or 2 extra attacks worth of damage in.
But I love Hero's Rhyme.
Yeah, it's kind of like these are sort of the only fights where you have any reason to actually use Hero's Rhyme. I mean,
And
we'll
so
have
I
one
let
more.
it go for a very long time.
Yeah, because like it really does need to go for a while to actually be worthwhile.
Yep. And you can get up, and it just pumps your level up and up and up and up.
Yep.
There is that. I did consider the strength song, which also puts up your base strength, which is another multiplier. I don't know which one is actually more useful.
It's a weird one. Like, you know, when it comes down to it, they both put up damage. But
I think level also. I don't know if level is also in like.
Probably affects other stats in some way.
Yeah.
It's a really strange thing to have a song that literally ups your level. Because FF5 has various things that play with your level.
Yep.
For the record, it's on a per battle basis, so like, all of this will go away after we finish fighting Omega, but at the same time, if we're like level 96 at this point, that's kind of useful for this fight.
Yeah. You can actually use it if you know how to check for ATB ticks. You can actually figure out what your level is and use it to fight Goblin Punch.
Right.
For extra damage.
Yeah, it's like there's normally no way to actually see what your current level is in battle, but you can do things to figure that out.
There are ways to check ATB checks, usually by trying to flee, and then if the can't escape message comes up, that's an ATB check.
Okay.
It goes can't escape 1 tick, and then the next tick it goes you can't escape, so...
Right.
I think that's typically how people check, like, ticks, or
and then just count to figure out what level they need to be, or what level they are.
Some people just, like, seem to know what a tick is.
Yeah.
You can see I can just, like, this guy is not gonna escape my constant singing at this.
Your infernal racket.
Mm-hmm. I'm now doing like 2,000 damage to him in a hit. Compared to the, yeah, ticks are small like parasites. And compared to the 1,200 I was doing. I do get to the point where I am doing as much damage as 2 people attacking you. It just took a while to get to this point.
Yeah.
Which is where you could also, like, chop Faris out and then have her attacking as well.
Yeah, it's like if this fight was any longer than this, it probably would be worth doing that.
Oh,
but
God,
at this
yeah.
point, he is getting low on HP.
Yeah, I'm doing 2,000 a hit. I actually, like, I do think I'm like, oh, is he not dead yet?
Yeah, we were both
at
like,
this point, like, wait, why is he not dead yet? Have I not done enough damage yet?
Yeah.
I'm doing 2,000 a hit. Why is he not dead?
Yeah. But yeah, this is one way that you can essentially turn the, like, pace of the fight in your favor by making sure he literally never attacks.
Yep. Beastmaster and Bard can stop him.
Yeah.
They're the only classes that...
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me about Cannoneer, but I don't think Cannoneer has a stop.
Mm-hmm. I think it has, like, blind and other stuff like that.
I don't think Chemist has stop either, but Chemist has, like, a bundle of tricks.
Chemist can just do other shit.
Yeah.
Yes, a kind, gentle Omega.
Mm-hmm. I think at this point I'm very much considering, like, biffing Faris out, because I'm like, why is he still alive?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are really the fights that show that, like, all these old turn-based, like, JRPGs, all these old turn-based battle systems are very much about pace and tempo, where you need to be able to both do damage and keep yourself alive.
Look at that beautiful 2,500 damage on him.
It is quite nice. But yeah, it's the sort of thing where, like, you have to be able to both keep yourself alive and do damage to them. And bosses like this really make it so that if you take, like, if you stop being able to keep, like, putting out damage or slowing them down, or whatever you're doing to contain them, you just fall inevitably behind and you're just doomed at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wanted to show just, there he is. I really wanted to show just how insane Hero's Rhyme can, after time, can double your damage output. More than double it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, imagine if we had, like, two-handed and other
This
shit.
is me making sure I got the screenshot.
Yep. Yeah, I believe we posted the screenshots for, to get the Triple Crown already.
Yeah.
So we were just making totally sure that we actually got that shit.
Yep, just making sure I had the screenshot down. I didn't have to get it from the stream.
Yep.
From the recording, I guess. But yeah, one super boss down.
We have a single crown.
Yeah, we do. That's how you take care of him with a bard.
Yep.
Don't ever do that fight legit.
It's the thing, like, there's
I've done it several times, and it's never worth it.
Several times with an emulator save stating and bringing you back, like, a lot. Like, we reset that, you reset that fight, like, what, 2 or 3 times there? If you're fighting him legit, get ready to do it, like, a few dozen, potentially.
Because if he earthquakes you, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, some of his algorithms just flat out will kill you.
Yup. Yeah, like, the thing we didn't even mention is he has Earthquake, which is, like, one of the most dangerous moves in the entire game.
Yeah, and, like, unless you wanna, like, I think there's very little point in getting float, because as soon as you die, it's gotten rid of.
And yeah, K-Dynamo, it's basically one of those fights where you are either alive or dead, none of the other numbers matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's... Oof. I don't know if I'll ever do him legit on a stream. It's really not worth it.
Yeah.
It takes like an hour. Oh my god, the second run I did, that took me like several hours.
Several hours, literally
the
just
very
fighting
first
Omega.
Attempt, I got so annoyed because it took like an hour and I almost had him, and then I ran out of elixirs basically. I ran out of
at that
survivability.
point it was just impossible to continue.
And I couldn't continue because I needed the elixirs to keep up with his damage output. And I used a lot of high potions, but at some point I just needed more.
Anyway, this poor fucker has the bad luck of being behind Omega.
Yeah.
Which, if you're actually fighting Omega, means that, like, you don't give a fuck about this guy.
I don't give a fuck about this guy. You never give a fuck about this guy, to be honest. He's weak to fire.
It's a panda.
I don't remember what... I was doing something in the menu there.
I feel like you were checking, like, boss strats or some shit, but...
Did catch him.
I think you hit him and that'll usually be enough to kill, like, little flies like that, or at least ground them.
Mm. But yeah, he's... Even without finisher, this guy's a pushover. If you have any sort of fire damage.
Yeah, like, there are bosses, like, there are mandatory bosses in the Void that are actually, like...
Really easy.
Pretty tough, but the early ones not so much.
It's really funny. If you have a summoner, use Ifrit on him. For funs.
Right.
It makes them go, Ifrit, and turn around. And it's real funny. You see, like, I a lot of the time I stop using finisher in a lot of fights, especially, like, flying ones where finisher with Krill will do damage.
Krill literally can't hurt them with her Earth finisher.
And even though I have a 75% chance of doing damage, I quite often got fails, and again, it's probably just confirmation bias.
Well, it's also when their level, like, when their health is low enough, sometimes it's better to just take the guaranteed damage.
Oh,
like,
God, yeah.
4 9s is often overkill, even in the Void.
Yeah, I just love Panda when he sees your Omega Bash. It's just like, oh, fuck.
You're one of those.
Mm-hmm.
One of those legendary heroes.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
A bit.
Abandoning me. Yep. Anyway, yeah, I've not got much to do in the Void anyway. See, I was really, I wasn't, of all the classes, I wish Knight had been voided, because Beastmaster and Bard. Shinryu, so Bard is better for Omega and Ned than Beastmaster. Beastmaster is better for Shinryu, like, hands down, it's just better for Shinryu. Because Beastmaster has a way to berserk Shinryu, rather than I mean, you're gonna see what I have to do for Shinryu. And it's gonna be a fun time. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But yeah, I would say I would rather have Bard for Ned as well than Beastmaster. It was kind of funny when Syke was like, Ned is really difficult, and then I saw he had a Bard on his team, and I'm like, why is Ned difficult with a Bard? Like, all you do when you have Bard is you you against Tree X Death, you wait and you pump your stats up to ludicrous levels. You pump up your speed. Yeah, we are gonna see that. So yeah, well, maybe I should not talk about that when we get to see it. But yeah, Bard is easily the better class for Ned. I kind of wish I had both Beastmaster and Bard, but such is life. Two-handed Knights and Gladiators are still really good. But yeah, I would rather have had Beastmaster for Shinryu Bard, and we're gonna see that. But first, we got the castle to do. There's actually a free pair of Hermes sandals in this castle. I never wait until this castle to get 4 though, like, there's 0 point in waiting. To get more money. We always want everyone to have haste on them. It is too useful status effect. Probably, I'm trying to think of a Final Fantasy game that has haste where it isn't just the best buff. It's hands down like the best buff in 13. Yeah, I kind of like a game where like haste is outclassed by like protect or shell. Haste is just flat out the best buff in Final Fantasy. Yeah, that's double our speed. That's just really, really good. Yeah, haste wears off really quickly in 9, but yeah, you do get the ability auto haste, and that's auto haste is just ludicrous. That's why accessories that give you haste and auto haste is just amazing. Yeah, haste is kind of fundamentally imbalanced, but that's what we love about it. I love haste. Getting more action's always good. Alright, let's fight this asshole. I can't do anything fancy to him. This team basically cannot do fancy. This team just does punch you in the face until you die. Tricks? What tricks? Finish him. But yeah, like all the other buffs that are like throughout the series, and Protect and Shell, of course. And then the first game has like Temper that never really caught on. And you don't need fancy when you do capital D damage. Yeah. I did in my 4th run where I had Blue Mage, I did teach him self-destruct and got him to self-destruct on me. That was fun. And this team's bold strategy, A to attack. Use one of my billion cottages to heal up. I think I'm checking on what I can do for the next boss. And I think, again, it's just, what can I do for the next boss? Punch him in the face until he dies. Or I guess, slash him in the face until he dies? I am using swords. And as always, I'm ignoring all of those asshole wizards because they are not worth it. They're not even worth it if you have a dancer. Like, those chests have dancer gear in them. I think I was checking to see if he was immune to Earth. That's what I was checking. And he is. Like, whoops! I am bad at video games. I think I have to actually restart this fight because of that. Like, doing the Earth finisher and then not getting the fire one basically allows him to two-shot me with the with Earthquake. Pretty sure. Especially since it failed twice on Faris. Yeah, I remember this now. The 25% failure 2 times in a row. And I try, but I just get murdered. Oh, do I get him first? Yeah, oh no, I might actually get him first before he gets me. There we go. Aha, I was incorrect. If he had gotten another earthquake off, I would have just died. You see, you get like a ton of ability points from basically everything in this void. Which is why I don't, unless I have, like, Red Mage, I don't tend to grind out that much ability points in, like, the statues and stuff. I don't even know what I'm checking here. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the finisher isn't that clutch because it is a 50% chance. At the level... Once you max Gladiator, it's a 50% chance to finisher, 25% chance to critical, and 25% chance to do nothing. I was less likely to do nothing for 2 turns than I was to get that finisher at the end there. Like, 1 out of 3 is actually, like, less than 50%, so... And if any one of those finishers had hit, then that meant I won. And finisher can't miss. Okay, elemental attack can't miss. Critical hit can. Yeah, you flip a coin and sometimes it lands on its side. But yeah, that's why, I mean, the first level finisher only happens 25% of the time. And you fail, like, 33% of the time. But, or 40% of the time, even. Up again. Yeah, certainly, once you get to the final level of Gladiator, you are, like, doing damage 75% of the time. And it's either a critical or it's just a flat-out 9,999 damage. Just flat-out do a fucking murder. It's kind of funny, in my 4th run, I just met Ramu there. I wasn't looking for him, I was just trying to get to this area, and I ran into our good pal, Ramu. Now, this invisible force really wants us to sit on this throne. Oh no, she ain't a pretty lady, she's a monster, no. Also another boss fight I literally do not care about. This fight is just ish. Even without Gladiator, this fight is just really easy. That's true, monsters can be pretty ladies. She's a pretty lady and a monster, you're totally right. But, yeah, like, I basically don't ever pay attention to this boss. This boss has, like, counters, and of course she, like, turns me into frogs. I was kind of hoping I would kill her before she riveted me, but, I'm like, finish her as a frog! 0 damage. But yeah, she turns you into a frog. What was kind of funny was in my last stream run where I had Dancer and I had ribbons on everyone and she couldn't turn anyone into a frog. That was pretty funny. Car alarm going off. I'm sorry if that's coming through the stream. Toad is such a good status. Toad, Toad, Toad. Yeah, there are quite a few statuses in this that don't really, like, carry on. Also, this game has silence, but no item to cure it. No echo herbs in this one. See, this is another very, very chump fight, as long as you have, like, any sort of damage output. It's really the next boss fight that is actually a really tough fight. This next boss is actually really difficult. I believe how do I cheese this one? Decicles, maybe? Yeah, this is me considering how I'm gonna cheese. See if it's a Harry Death Sickle. Yeah, Twintania is a rough fight who counters everything you do. Yeah, silence exists without a cure in this game. I don't know why you didn't believe me. It's true. Silence is a very rare status effect. Only, I think Rainbow Wind is one of the ones that can actually cast silence on you. I can't actually think, is there any other ability that silences you? Rainbow Wind silences and blinds you, and Omega uses it. And yeah, it's a very annoying stats effect. If you have Sage's... I want to say it's a Sage's Surplus, prevent silence. So if you have that equipped on your mages, they cannot be silenced. But it's a very old bit of gear that you probably don't want on him because it doesn't have much in the way of defense. Yeah, you don't want to attack Twintania in this form of the fight because Twintania just counters. It's not like a 100% chance to counter, but it's like a very huge chance to counter. I'm definitely doing something with the controls right here. I think I was checking what save state I was on actually. But, so yeah, Tidal Wave or, I want to say Ice Storm. Physical and magical attacks get countered by Twintania, both at different moves. So yeah, you don't actually want to, like, attack in this phase of the fight at all. Unless you have, like, a White Mage or Blue Mage. Shell absolutely chumps Twintania's offense, like, horrendously. Like, a White Mage with Curaga, and Shell just murders shit, and a Blue Mage with Mighty Guard and White Wind isn't gonna sweat Twintania's counters. It really is just, but any other team that doesn't have access to Shell doesn't want to be attacking. While Twintania is in counter mode. But Twintania has two forms. Hopefully we'll see the second one. So the second one is, like, vulnerable to, like, death, stop, slow, weak to water and holy damage. Yeah, what you really want is this Giggle Flare will just kill me outright, basically. I'm trying to get a death proc, so this is why I'm, like, reloading this fight. Yeah, Break. I think, yeah, Stone, also vulnerable to Break. Also level 30, so yes, you can, The first form of the fight is actually level 39, and then the second form is level 30, which is a very... it's weird, but a deliberate one. So if you have Blue Mage, level 5 death, yeah. So Blue Mage really doesn't care about this fight at all. Like, you can chump all of the counters. Like, I've killed Twintania without death a handful of times. That's just me trying to get ahead. She actually changes form before she does the charge. But she has like one term. She changes form, charges, then attacks. So you try to get her in the time before she charges to do it, like, get the most chance to kill her as soon as possible. Yeah, I'm trying to get that Death Sickle. Get you murder. I think not. Yeah, there we go. Death Sickle proc. There we go. 33% chance to proc a death. Yeah, Blue Mage doesn't care about a lot of fights. A lot of boss fights early on. Early on, Blue Mage isn't really good against random fights. Until you get a Roga, random encounters are still a pain in the butt as a Blue Mage. Oh yes, you can also Toad Twintania. It doesn't have much magical evasion, so yeah, just Toad her. But as soon as she switches back to Form 1, it wears off. So, funny, but not particularly useful. So yeah, Reflect Rings, also the magic counter is Mega Flare, which is reflectable. If you use a magic offense and you just want to kill Twintania, just Reflect Ring and magic Twintania to death. I did legit beat Twintania in the first run of this year where I had a White Mage, because I just shelled and Curaga'd and didn't give a shit about what damage I was taking. Yes, if you have a Beastmaster you can get a Rega from the Gigas, but don't bother. You can get Aeroga from the Metamorphs in Guido's Cave, which is right after Barrier Tower. Like, That's the easiest place to get Aeroga. It doesn't require a Beastmaster, it just requires fighting Metamorph. A Metamorph that turns into the fan. Even with a Beastmaster, I never bother getting Aeroga from those Gigas. You go to Guido's Cave, like, right after Barrier Tower. The Beastmaster does make a lot of, blue magics earlier to get. But you can get all of them without Beastmaster. Beastmaster is not necessary for any blue magic. You definitely want Confuse or Beastmaster to get White Wind early. So yeah, there are a bunch of classes that could Confuse, which is handy. It doesn't get you things like 1,000 needles when it's actually useful. You need a Beastmaster for that. I think there's a couple of other early ones where Confuse doesn't work. It's confusing an enemy to get blue magic only works when it's like a healing move. I think I'm trying to steal the shit from Gilgamesh here. Also, this part of the void is easily the worst for random encounters. And this is where my Brave Blade runs are always falter, because I hate this void's random encounters. I just cannot steal from Gilgamesh. He's holding on to that Genji gear tight. Yeah, after like 7,000 damage, he's like, oh, hello, it's you, I don't want to fight you. Yeah, I mean, like, not just that there's so many fights, it's just that, like, the behemoths are awful, the crystal dragons are awful, necromancers are awful, the ones that use mind flare are just really annoying. So hi Greg, I really just want to steal your shit, buddy. Come on. I can't remember if I have to reload because I just cannot mug from this dude. There we go, Genji shield. Which is very useful in this crew. There's a lot of shields, although I two-hand all the time, so I don't use them. On the rare occasions that shields are useful, like Genji shield's a good one. I also like, oh right, I need to like switch from the Death Sickle. Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh. I'm new. Here we go. This is me figuring out like what am I putting on? Answer? Yeah, that's the one. It just flat out has the best attack. I'm not even using the magic in this run. I'm like, fuck it, I'll go faster. He doesn't seem to want to like go away. I don't know if it's like damage and then time based. It sometimes seems really weird about when he will or won't figure out who I am. Ah, because he's returning. Yeah, poor soul, he got voided by X-Death back in the meat fort. And ended up here, and now, yeah. It's our good pal Gilgamesh.
Ah, my buddy.
Our buddy.
Hey, what if we just have some fucking adventures, baby?
Hell yeah.
I love adventures.
We love adventures. Especially with our buddy Greg.
Oh, yes. Save the world, then. We can have adventures afterwards.
And he really just wants to leave. The void is very scary. It has behemoths in it. We'll meet again. Don't know where. Don't know when. I know we'll meet again.
Mm-hmm. I see I'm just about in time.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Although we did actually do a little bit extra before.
Yes,
because
we actually
have some homework to do.
I normally do Shinryu right away, but not with this team. I can't remember why I'm sitting here. I think I'm like trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm like, right, what am I going to do? I'm like, okay, I'm going to go...
You might also have left to go to the bathroom.
That might also be true.
I'm not sure which it is. We want to check how far ahead this goes. So we
No,
start
I
moving again.
can't check because I'm just skipping ahead. This doesn't have like a preview.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Doesn't have a preview thing, so I have no idea. There we go.
There we go.
Probably not illuminated.
Not too long, yeah.
Yeah, that was probably me just figuring out what the hell I want to do when it comes to Shinryu. Because Shinryu is on the way. Shinryu is technically the next boss you fight. But
Next boss you can fight.
next boss you can fight, but I skip him because I want to go and fight Necrophobe.
For the greatest prize of all, a save point.
Get the save point and then do the shenanigans I need to do to get Shinryu.
Yeah, this is one of the stranger
This fight's not too bad.
shenanigans.
These guys aren't really dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
This may be where I'm like buggered off.
Quite possible.
Sit in the item menu so that the ATB gauge doesn't tick.
Dragon hisses at you.
Oh, this might also be me putting fast forward back on the right button.
Right.
I think that's
yes,
what I'm doing, yes. 'Cause
Probably.
we're gonna fast forward through the Shinryu fight. Don't worry, we aren't gonna see this like
In normal speed.
in normal speed. So yeah, I think this is me like
Being like, oh yeah, don't we need to fast forward?
doing that, just pausing, black screen for a little. Yeah.
I'm doing alright.
Yeah, Kevin Behemoth. There aren't any cactars in technically.
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 There'll be a cactar in this stream, but
Not in this
not
game.
in this game.
Are Tonberries. This was Tonberry's first appearance, but there aren't cactars.
Yep.
I actually don't know when cactars actually
First showed up.
They were, yeah.
Are they in 6?
Oh god.
Or would it? If not, they're in 7.
6 is not one I remember very,
Yeah.
like, enemies from, apart from, like, the bosses.
Yeah, 7 absolutely has cactar.
I couldn't tell you.
So I couldn't. So it's either 6 or 7.
Yeah, it is almost barred. Shinryu Bad. I'm definitely in the loon at this point. We thought about editing these bits out, but whatever. They're only like a couple of minutes long each. But
And we're still here to chat.
yeah, we're still here to chat. Oh.
Yeah, are
Looks
we
like
here, or did I
movement.
just move it away?
You're like, no, cursor on the screen. Can't have that.
Uh-oh. I mean, at least it's a comically large cursor.
I'm gonna look it up. So let's look up when Cactar's first appearance in the series. It's always weird to think about like all these enemies are just staples and like, but they weren't always in the series.
Yeah.
6. It wasn't 6.
There we go.
As a
There we go.
there we go. That's me farting around. And a Gigantor can be fought on the advanced version. Yeah, 7. Yeah, the Glorious Cactus is first in 6, and Tomberry made its appearance in this game.
Yep.
There we
We
go.
might have found one in this run.
I don't know. We may have. Yeah, I think I panicked. Like, finish it.
I feel like that
Finish
happened.
it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill
Like
it.
it was
kill
terrifying,
It.
but-
You can go through this whole game without finding one because he's in one cave that you probably won't go into with the vast majority of teams.
Yeah.
And he's like a rare encounter in there, so you can just like
Not.
leave.
Yeah, you can just never see them. Yeah, 10,000 needles?
And oh no. And I think this is me. This is me now looking up.
The boss where the thing that we need for this strategy.
Yes, because I have done this bard strat twice before. Basically, about once a year, I end up having to do this strat for Shinryu.
Your only option.
But I always forget all the details, so the sound will cut off fairly regularly as I try to figure out like what enemy is it in here that
Yeah, wait,
zombies
shit.
you?
What am I supposed to do here?
I think I was like, if I found the enemy that zombied me, I would have like done Shinryu first, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So I was willing to go up and get the, no one goes to History Falls in the Fiesta. So, yeah. Very easy to miss Tom Murray. Yeah, Dingleberry in the PlayStation. The PlayStation had the best translation. Perfect. Mwah.
So, hello Shinryu.
Shinryu's in that chest.
That one right there.
This is me checking what save state I was on. I think I don't remember what elements they absorb, so this is like trial and error, and I think I just fully heal them with like fire at one point.
Probably.
Yeah.
Sounds like something we'd do.
Yeah. Carl Boss is the best translation, as is Wyvern. Hi.
Half the fun of Breath of Fire
So
2 with the translation.
his death sprite looks exactly like Shinryu.
Right, which is why it actually becomes a bit of a challenge to get Shinryu's.
Well, like, Reverend Kyoka basically takes it on good faith. But yeah, the true way is you get it when he's purple, but still has his name up. But,
Oh, there we go.
yeah, there we go. Reverend Kyoka will take it as long as it's like a death one, and the Ragnarok, and the...
Right.
Yeah, he takes it on honor.
Mostly because really this is all for charity, so
Yeah,
like if you're cheating in this, you're playing yourself.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm hoping to get my run 6 finish. It's Summoner, Red, Chemist, Bard? I think it's Bard.
Are you looking at me?
I don't know. He doesn't know. I'm pretty sure it is. I think I got Chemist, Bard, Red, and then another Chemist.
Yeah.
So I swapped out a Chemist for a Summoner, because after my 5th run, which some of you guys may have watched, was like Mime, Berserker, Dancer, Bard.
Mm-hmm.
Bard. Well,
I think it
I
was.
could probably just look it up. It's right here.
Or no, it was
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster, yeah.
Mime
So it was
Dancer,
another one from this
Yeah,
run.
Mime Dancer, Beastmaster, Berserker was a hell run. So I really wanted. I was like, right, I'll get Summoner with Red Mage. I'll just blow everything out.
You'll
with
just do
goddamn
something
lore.
stupid in a run for once.
But I'm at the point where I'm basically burned out, and I usually get to this point after 8 runs.
Right.
At the end of the year, I'm done with FF5. It's just sad I couldn't get the extra 2 runs in because of basically the whole month off.
Yeah, wedding and
In
then internet
July.
kind of fucked everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Especially getting married. Ugh, who would do
I
that?
know, right? Why did we do that again?
Terrible.
The worst. Yeah, I mean, the marriage didn't take that long, but we didn't have streamable internet for like 3 weeks.
That was really the biggest problem.
And we were at the end of this run,
Yup.
so...
Yeah, we were...
after 2 weeks, I just gave up and did the run, but... That's an extra 3 weeks where I probably would have had 1 or 2 more runs in July.
Pretty easily, yeah.
I normally get, I'm normally at like run 5 in July. I'm probably like, August is usually run 6 to 8.
Right. Healing up for the Necrophobe fight.
Yeah, I mean, this run I'm on at the minute is taking about as long as run 6 normally takes, just that this is normally at the start of August rather than the end of August.
Exactly.
So yeah, at least I can probably be 6 runs this year. The other thing is I just have so many games to play.
Yeah.
I keep buying new ones because I'm a terrible person. I bought Dragon Quest Builders yesterday.
Yep.
And I'm slightly hooked on
And
it.
she's really enjoyed it.
I'm really liking it. It scratches a lot of itches when I play games for me. So yeah, and then I'm playing Dark Chronicle. I'm playing the new Atelier game. We're playing Tales of Berseria New Game Plus together.
Yeah.
I'm also playing. I played a little bit of Star Ocean 5. I have another 6 games sitting on the table over there I haven't even touched.
Yep.
Like Final Fantasy Type 0, Sonic Forces. What else is over there?
Many of game.
Many of game. Sitting over there. Lots of PS4 games I never had the chance to play till now.
Yep.
Then it's Necrophobe fight. Necrophobe is invincible. So you take down these barriers. These barriers have innate reflect. and will reflect Holy and Flare off themselves onto you.
Right.
But they are vulnerable to stop. Star Ocean 5 is just bad. It's really boringly bad.
Unfortunately.
Like, 3 is really fun. I love 3. 4 is bad in a very entertaining way. This game so far is just... It's really weirdly generic fantasy, and also all your playable characters are from the same planet.
It's just like, why are you doing that?
What's the point? Like, I've met all of them. I've only had 4 of the 6 of them, but I've met all of them. Like, 2 hours in the game, I've met all my party members as, like, NPCs.
Yep.
It really weirdly redlines you. I can't remember what. Doc and Terrible. Doc's friend, whose name I forget, I'm really sorry. I do know your name, I'm just blanking on it.
Sonobozo is a person who was a friend of Doc's, yes.
I think he was on the stream. They have a name for, like, the red lines, because basically Star Ocean 5, all the cutscenes you walk around in, like, your characters just walk to places, and they have, like, cutscenes. But in some of them, they don't want you walking, so they trap you in a circle with a red line that you cannot walk past. It's, ooh. And the battle system isn't as good as 4's. Which is the main reason I put way too many hours into 4. I put kind of a staggering amount of time into 4 for a game that's bad.
Yep.
Because the combat is very good. Yes, that's exactly what I was saying. It's like Xenoblade X, but worse. Like, rather than just controlling the camera, you control the characters.
Yup.
And the cutscene circle trapped me from a chest. That was sitting out. It was sitting out on the street,
tempting you.
And it was like, nope, you need to go to this cutscene first. So it blocked me from it. When it didn't want me to go in a direction, it put a big flashing no entry sign in midair. So you can't go this way. Instead of just having the character even said, no, we shouldn't go this way. But they also went, okay, and we're not gonna just invisible wall you. We're gonna have this big red circle. No, you cannot go this way. Like, break that immersion hard. So the Necrophobe fight, Necrophobe, once his barriers are down, he is vulnerable to literally every element. Extremely chompable. Try not to kill him. Once he gets below 9,999 health, Gilgamesh appears. So you don't actually want to, like,
you can skip this.
You can.
If you kill Necrophobe
I dual
fast
cast
enough.
killed him. No, I think it was I had dual wield Brave Blade.
Right.
Doing 13,000 damage, like 2 hits, 13,000 damage, and I killed him before Gilgamesh appeared. You want Greg to be back because you want to steal another bit of gear from him.
Yep. There is actually a different steal for this specific portion of this fight.
Gilgamesh has a different steal for every time you fight him, apart from the first ones on the bridge.
Right.
The first fight where he has Genji gear steal is the one on the boat. And from everyone there on, he has a bit of Genji armor steal.
Yep.
But if you don't have a thief, you cannot actually steal the first 2. And I've only had a thief once in 26 Fiesta runs.
Kind of amazing, really.
I tallied it up. It's my least given class. Even less than Mime and Freelancer. I have gotten Mime and Freelancer more than I've gotten Thief.
Which you can only get with weird special runs.
You can only get in like pure chaos and stuff. And also, I have never had a Thief start. The one time I had Thief, which was actually the Samurai Thief Monk White Mage run, that I had to get to level 70 to beat Omega. My Thief was actually my water crystal job. So actually, out of all of... I have had Chemist starts, I have had a Summoner start, I have had a Bard start. Samurai start was fun. Samurai start was super fun. But I have never had a Thief start. But yeah, so you can steal the Genji armor from Gilgamesh here, and you absolutely should. The Genji shield and the Genji armor are actually just the best drops from him.
Yep.
You miss out on the Genji helm, which is also another good bit of gear. But yeah, unless you have a thief, you can't get it.
Yep.
So Gilgamesh will sacrifice himself here. Although he is immortal. Yeah, I'm trying my best to steal.
Trying very hard.
Trying very hard.
We're very good at this.
Yeah. first you have to have the mug proc, and then you have to get the steam. No.
Yeah, it's like there's actually 2 separate rolls to even have it happen.
It's even more fun if you're trying to thief knife the golden hairpin from the mine.
Yep.
That's a 4% rare chance, and you have to get the thief proc in the first place. And it's true, the Final Fantasies don't all take place in the same timeline, in order, or even in the same dimension.
Yep.
Yeah, this story just continues until, like, it's a time, and then Gilgamesh will self-destruct. Did I steal it? I think I stole it, yeah. So then prepare, because we are only halfway through this video.
For reasons.
We only have 2 bosses to go. We have Shinryu and Ned to go. Yeah. So, now I have to set up for... It could be canon it's the same Gilgamesh. Who even knows what canon is in Final Fantasy? So Necrophil opens up a save point. You can skip him and just go straight to Ned. If you're playing without save states, good luck.
You have
It's really funny
gigantic
when
balls.
speedrunners bypass the safety save here and die, and then they're run.
Yep. Yeah, because, like, the last save point was... Is it the one, like, in the castle? Is the one in the floating castle? Or...
It's the last one where you don't have to fight a boss for it. It's Omega.
Right.
So this is the guy that
we found him.
zombies me, but then I realized that I don't have, like, angel rings on.
You have to do, you have to have the right shit equipped from the start
Right.
to begin with.
This is when I realized, I want angel rings on so that Lena cannot be zombied.
Right, we
Because
want
Lena needs to not be a zombie, and I don't have angel rings on yet. So I'm like, right, let's do the setup, and then I fuck it up, because I always fuck this up. Every single time I do the zombie strat, I fuck it up.
It's very specific.
Yes. So, and then I'm like, okay, I want Lena to have an angel ring on, so she can't get zombied. I kind of and I put the Apollo harp on, or shit.
Because, yeah.
Because I had that on before I had the thief knife on. I forget that for the Shinryu zombie strat, how it works is zombies only attack yourselves. They're unkillable. So what you do is you have at least one zombie out front with a reflect ring on. You hide with your bard and anyone else who isn't a zombie. And then you let... Shinryu has one move that reflects. And of course this is even, like, gonna take even longer because I'm brave blading, so I cannot run from these encounters. I would just kill them. So yeah, like... Oh, Shinryu has one move that reflects and hit itself. I think it's Atomic Ray.
I believe it's Atomic Ray, yes.
All of the moves either are unreflected, are reflected but don't do anything. So yeah, basically what happens is Shinryu will bounce Atomic Rays off you and kill itself eventually.
Very, very slowly.
The more zombified people you have, the more it's reflected, the more damage it does, so the less time it takes. So ideally you want 3 people zombied, but that's dangerous in and of itself. Here I'm trying to force the Necromancer encounter. You realize though, the thing is, when your party members are zombified, you can't change their equipment in the menu.
Yup.
So I save here, get myself zombified. I don't have reflect rings on.
Oops.
I forget the step every single time I do the zombie bar strat. Every single time I forget you cannot equip the zombified. They're essentially dead.
Right.
And you cannot equip dead members, so... So yeah, I aim for 2 people zombified because 3 is just too dangerous in a Brave Blade run where I cannot run away. And 1 is just gonna take forever. So I'm aiming for 2 people. Basically, this guy uses like zombie dust that can like zombify 1 or 2 people in your party. I basically just have to wait for him to use it. Because I don't think there's like a trigger for it. You are just like waiting. So I have regain on, I'm just sitting here healing, waiting for a zombie to hit me.
Only to discover.
Only to discover I fucked out. Yeah. So yeah, the zombie bard strat is basically it's a foolproof way to kill Shinryu.
Right. It's guaranteed.
A very long time.
Very long time.
If you're gonna fight Shinryu, my recommendation is Berserk.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a staff user, you can Berserk him. If you have a wand user, you can Berserk him. Beastmaster can Berserk him. Chemists can absolutely Berserk him.
Yeah, it's like there's a very large list that can Berserk him, and it's really the most straightforward one.
Yeah, anyone on your team that's a 750 can Berserk him with a Wonder Wand. I unfortunately do not have a way to Berserk him.
Yeah, so basically if you Berserk him, he stops using all hit attacks, which means that he'll
using...
kill whoever he punches.
He stops using Tidal Wave, he stops using the Ice move, he basically stops using his most terrifying moves. And
Forgot it took this guy fucking forever to even try it.
It did. It took forever for this guy to zombie me, I remember that.
God.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and he'll punch, and he will kill whoever he punches.
Yep, so you don't bother healing, you just revive.
You just throw Phoenix
There we go, zombie
down.
powder. So yeah, and then Fires get zombies. So I'm like, yes, okay, I have one. Let's get it down a bit so I can just kill it when I need to. I can't remember how long it takes me to realize that I fucked this up.
We're still waiting for it at this point.
Yep.
Blissfully unaware. You can tell someone's zombie because their skin is grayed out, basically.
Yes, in there. He's a little zombie.
And they have 0 health.
So yeah, zombies attack your own party, so they don't actually attack Shinryu. And they're unkillable, they're 0 health, so... That's what I realized, because I was like, alright, I was like, fuck, shit. Oh, shit.
No!
No!
So we holy water and heal up. Gross and rotten.
Yeah, so yeah, you cannot change the equipment of zombies.
Whoops!
You have to put the reflections on before they get zombie fighting. Here at this point, I think I just reload and reload state 3.
Well, I think it's because we know the next encounter is gonna be a zombie.
Yeah, so that would make sure to put reflect rings. I have 8 of them, funnily enough.
Yeah?
Oh god, no, I would never fight Shinryu legit. Like, just like I don't fight Omega legit, I mean I have done, but you shouldn't. Don't fight Shinryu legit.
Have is like even harder legit, isn't he?
Shinryu is fucking a monster legit. He just has so many moves. I have literally never fought Shinryu legit. I have fought Omega legit five times now, I think, something like that. Several runs I've had where I couldn't cheese Omega, and I have fought him, like, not having any way to cheese him, I have just, like, fought him straight out legit. I have never fought Shinryu without barding or berserking.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is that Shinryu is a very, like, generally cheesable boss. Like, there's so many different, things.
Here I get Krill and I save, and I'm like, I think I go for another zombie. I'm like, let's go for another zombie. Like, basically, Shinryu to me, he's just... You don't have to do them legit, don't.
Like, in some ways, the cheese strats are the fun thing about fighting them.
Yeah. Like, don't fight Omega legit, it is a hell of a sword. Some teams just don't fight Omega with them. Monk, Samurai, Thief, White, don't bother.
Oh, there we go.
There we go, Bartz is now living dead. So yeah, I want one person alive so I can actually kill this guy off. And then I have a time trying to avoid random encounters. Until you remind me of something. I put these Hermes sandals on, and then I have to give her a hide. Do I do it now? What do I do? I am just like figuring out what I'm doing. Okay, with 2 zombies. I love Oracle Knight Zombie. Looks so cool. Playtime, 20 minutes, 20 hours.
20 minutes.
Dead on.
Exactly 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is me being like, I need hide on both Lena and Faris, because hide is a learned card.
Right.
Because they innately have sin. Yes, I will just be hiding with them both. I'll be running away, and yeah. I unequip the armor so that she's faster.
Yep. Yeah, it should be noted that hide basically makes you disappear from the fight until you choose to unhide.
Mm-hmm.
You're completely immune to damage. You cannot be targeted by effects. Like, you are literally unkillable until you unhide.
Yeah, so instead of sitting here and being like, shit, please don't give me random encounters. Please don't give me random encounters. Oh, and it's a crystal dragon. I'm like, I'm so screwed.
And I was like, hey, you know...
Nothing, I like go in and out and try to reset the encounter. That, and I also like be like, yeah, I should have like something better than the bow. But yeah, you can reset the encounter rate by moving screens, so I try that first.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't work. Yeah. Cordial Fiesta Dragon Quest.
We are on a quest for this dragon. We get one even sooner.
2 steps sooner, so I didn't actually like reset it. This is where you remind me. Quick save does reset the encounter rate. So yeah, I quick save exploit my way to Shinryu so that I don't have random encounters. I have 2 zombified members, and that is just something I don't want to deal with.
This far into the void, with 2 members attacking
guys,
you.
Are you ready? Are you ready for zombie strats?
At some point here, we rebound fast forward, because, God help you.
So you see that Faris got up really fast, because I unequipped all the heavy gear.
Yeah, he immediately tidal waves. But, now
yeah, he also
wait.
has Maelstrom.
Yep.
Like, Maelstrom, Atomic Ray, Tidal Wave, he's super fast. I have never fought this guy legit, don't do it.
So, how much health does Shinryu have?
I think, like Omega, he has 55,000.
So, every time that Shinryu decides to use...
55,000.
Oh, yeah,
This is me just setting the throttle on automatically.
Right, so that it's literally always fast forwarding.
Yeah. So I don't have to be holding down a button.
So this is the VBA running as fast as it possibly can. Because like we said, he's got 55,000 health, and every time he decides to Maelstrom himself, to Atomic Ray himself, you do 600 to 700 damage.
Flare, Poison Breath, Roulette.
Yeah, he has Roulette.
Yeah, this fight is fucking hell. I don't fight this guy legit ever.
Like, he has so much stuff that it is literally impossible to block everything that he has.
And you just cannot keep up with his damage output. Like, you basically have to murder him as fast as possible.
I hope all of you are ready for because you're gonna get a lot of it.
Yeah, oh god, what is there, like 25 minutes of this, even on fast forward?
God, is there?
I don't actually know. I can't remember. How long did this take? Every so often, I actually buggered off.
Right.
And he just looked over and save stated every so often.
Yeah. You're getting the true zombie hide strat experience, except like 800 times, or 8 times faster.
Yep. Yeah, this guy is just a nightmare. Lightning as well, yeah. He's just a cavalcade of skills, so berserk him. Even though he hits like a truck, he only hits one person like a truck.
Yep.
So yeah, and there's about like anywhere between 200 to 500 damage from those reflected atomic rays. And if you only have one zombie, cut that in half.
Yep. Yeah, each zombie is reflecting more damage back at him.
Yep. Shinryu has skills. Go berserk when you actually see them. Yeah, but he cannot, because zombies are unkillable, and only attack themselves. But if you do not hide with your bards, it's a game over if you have nothing but zombies left in your party.
Right.
Because they're uncontrollable and they're essentially dead. This is why you have your bards hide away, so they're alive, undamageable.
They're doing totally fine.
Really, you are waiting for him to reflect atomic rays, and you're hoping he like rolls lots of atomic rays.
It's sort of, you can think of it in the same way as you think of mugging Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Where it's like, he needs to actually choose to attack himself when he has an entire pool of moves. And he has to do that, like, 100-ish times.
Well, he has a set algorithm. I'm actually gonna look it up because there's a really good algorithms guide.
Ah, yes.
For this game, for the SNES and GBA version of this game. And we have time to kill.
Yeah, what else are we gonna do?
So, Light Omega has a set of moves. So will Shinryu. So, here we go. The No Interrupt, Maelstrom, Fight, Roulette, Mighty Guard, level 2 Ult, level 2 Flare, No Interrupt, Fight, Demon's Eye, Fight, Poison Breath. Oh yeah. React to Magic, Zombie Breath. No Interrupt, like Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave is the, he doesn't use Tidal Wave apart from right at the start of the fight, but he opens with Tidal Wave.
Right, which will kill you.
Which will kill you.
Tidal Wave is Earthquake, but even worse, because it
But
can't
water.
be floated.
So you either need, like, the HP to outlast it, or you need Coral Rings on, in which case you don't have Hermes Sandals on.
Right, you basically have to, like, go around re-equipping everyone with Hermes Sandals, or can you even do that from your gear screen?
No, you can only re-equip weapons.
Right, so it's like, yeah.
Things like the Aegis Shield can block Tidal Wave because it's a, magic. So let's have a look at Omega's, so yeah. React to HP damage, he does either Rocket Punch, Mustard Bomb, or Rocket Punch, Circle. No Interrupt, there's Delta Attack, Blaster, Surge Beam, Maelstrom, Quake, Rainbow.
So it says no interrupt, what does that mean?
You didn't attack him.
Right, if you haven't attacked him,
That's just his normal attack pattern.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a guy that actually, like, AI script, yeah. Oh, Atomic Ray, Delta Attack, Blaster, Surge Beam, Rainbow Wind, Emission, Atomic Ray, Surge Beam. So, I think he uses one of Atomic Ray, Delta Attack, Blaster,
right.
Then Wave Cannon, that's Surge Beam. Then either Rainbow Wind, I can't remember what Emission is.
Probably,
Atomic Ray, then Wave Cannon, and if he's not interrupted, he again can use, like, 2 of these.
Right.
So he'll either use Delta Attack and, like, he can use Delta Attack and Earthquake, or Wave Cannon and Earthquake.
Yep.
So yeah, every, like, 3 turns, he can use, like, Earthquake. Omega can. Oh yeah. Really good algorithms guide, for the SNES version of the game. They also updated the GBA version. So yeah. If you really want to have a look at how these guys are coded, this is definitely really good. Yeah, so essentially he does, yeah, he can do Maelstrom and Snowstorm, or like Fight and Atomic Ray, or Roulette and Thunder. So he does one of these ones first, and then there's one of Maelstrom, Fight, Roulette, and then one of Snowstorm, Atomic Ray, Thunder. And then if he's not, like, if you haven't interrupted his script, he then does a Maelstrom, a Fight, or a Roulette, or a Mighty Guard level 2 or level.
God.
Rinse and repeat.
Yep.
And yeah, he counters magic with Zombie Breath.
But yeah, it's like there's this gigantic number of things he could do, and if you berserk him, all he can do is punch.
The thing is, Atomic Ray only comes up in the second attack.
Right, that's also part of it.
So, like, you can avoid Atomic Ray for a while if he doesn't use it.
He's got like a 1 in 3 chance of using it in one part of his attack pattern. Lord knows where we're even at this point.
See, there's the Ice Storm, and there was the Mighty Guard. Atomic Ray, Roulette, Mighty Guard. See if he's changed at all.
I'd imagine not. They were pretty close for a lot of things.
Yeah, they didn't. Ah, there's Neo Shinryu. You unhides. On that wild variable.
While usually implies a loop.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't change them. Yeah, basically both Omega and Shinryu run on cycles where they can choose one of a set moves for that turn.
I mean, Light Cecil probably, like, if you get high enough level, you can kind of power through him, but at the same time, like
both Omega and Shinryu, I mean, the encounters design this in a way that you basically what you want to do is actually have Freelancer with a bunch of jobs maxed.
Yeah.
That way you have lots of stats and you have all of the ways, but the designers deliberately made Omega vulnerable to stop.
Yep.
And deliberately made Shinryu vulnerable to Berserk. They didn't have to do either. There's, like, ways around that. You don't have to make enemies vulnerable to status effects. And a lot of enemies aren't. Like, Automos is only vulnerable to sleep, for example.
Yep.
So very, very deliberately, they made sure that there was a status effect that you could use to... And it's still, like, tough because Omega is really fast, so you need to have a lot of people singing him stopped to kill him. Shinryu hits like a fucking truck when berserked. Much like Rug Wizard, who is also vulnerable to Berserk. These guys hit, like, real hard when they're berserked. So yeah, I mean, I know I say like legit and not legit, but Stop and Berserk are completely legit ways to fight Omega.
Intended.
Completely intended.
Like, this method may or may not have been intended. Quickly probably wasn't intended.
No. Quickly in this, almost certainly not.
They may have found it in testing and left it in because it's like, well, if the player figures this out and also decides to spend like 4 hours of their time actually doing this,
I can't
more
imagine.
Power to them.
They may have known this strat after the SNES versions. GBA
almost
version,
certainly.
GBA version for sure left this one in.
By the time it gets out to the hands of players, players will find these things, and
Shinryu,
that'll make its way back.
Shinryu is very fast, and hits like a shark, but he also has massive magic evade, so landing blind on him is really difficult.
Yeah.
Like, almost impossible unless you use a chemist. Or a blind bow, I think, is actually also the other way to do it. But blind the spell will basically never land. Yeah, he has 95% magic evade. You are not getting, like, spells on this dude.
Yeah, but yeah, Shinryu and Omega were very much made to test the absolute limits of the job system. And I really liked that this game, like, for being a game that makes you do a lot of really weird and interesting, or, you know, that lets you do a lot of weird and interesting things with different bosses. I'm really happy that the original version of it did have something that was sort of like, can you figure this puzzle out kind of thing. You know, given the entire amount of the game where you are now in the void and you have played through everything in this game, can you beat these ridiculous bosses?
Yep. My Shinryu is heavy, so... which normally, like stops you from getting a lot of stats effects. It certainly makes stats effects wear off. Apart from Berserk, which never wears off.
When you get angry, you're angry.
Yeah. Omega is also heavy, which is part of the reason why Stop runs off on him.
Worth noting our characters have probably taken over 100,000 damage at this point.
Yeah,
our zombies.
A lot. This game absolutely does. So many bosses are weak to status effects. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, you can look at it as you need a wiki, but the other way to look at it is, let's try status effects until one works, you know?
Yeah, it's sort of like, especially when you're just facing this normally, you can just be like, okay, there is absolutely no way I'm getting through this if he's attacking me normally. What can I do to him and what can't I do to him?
Are there any status effects that I can inflict on him?
It turns into a puzzle in its own way.
And the thing is, you don't have to status effect. Oh, the super bosses are the only two where they're like, yeah, you really should be using the status effects on these guys. And that's fair. They're super bosses. Yep. I think that's fair enough. most other bosses can be pushed through in a variety of ways where you don't need the status effect.
Yep.
Like, you don't need to insta-kill Gilgamesh, or the Dragon Paws, or the Crystals. There are a variety of ways to defeat every single boss.
Right, which is really the strongest thing about this game.
Which is why basically any team can beat Fiesta.
Yep.
If you don't have a team that has big guns, you might have a red mage. They can do a lot of status effects.
Yep.
Bard, best support class because of its status effect.
Yep. Yeah, the Fiesta's great because it really is about making sure, you know, like finding a very specific niche of this gigantic set of possibilities that is Final Fantasy V, and figuring out how this very specific niche beats the entire, you know, like everything in the game.
I love Beastmaster. Beastmaster is one of those ones where you do need a wiki because, like, catching things without knowing what to do is impossible. But there are so many fun ways to murder bosses.
It opens up things that, like, literally no other class can do.
Like sending Biblos to the Void is my favorite thing to do in the game because that fucker is a wall. If you don't have fire damage, that guy is a shit. And so I take great joy in sending that dude to the Void with page 32 or 64.
I don't remember which one it is.
One
I
of
think
the
64
two.
is level 5 death.
Could be, yeah. One of the two. I take great joy in sending him to the Void. You know, a lot of people don't like, a lot of people when they're... I didn't actually appreciate Bard when playing this game casually.
I mean, part of it is because you don't understand what, like, the buff songs actually do, and you don't understand that, the Romeo's Ballad is, like, a hard stop.
World 1 Bard gets Romeo's Ballad, it gets Mighty March, which sucks.
Yeah, Mighty March is
Confused,
actually awful.
Which is okay. But yeah, for the most part, I'm like, I want to be using Summoner or Black Mage or whatever, and just blowing things off the map. But once you have like a Fiesta and you're forced to use Bard, and your Bard is amazing. I like Dancer a lot more than I never used Dancer in FF5 before the Fiesta. It's a good class, hampered in World 1 and 2, godly in World 3. Sword dance equipment plus chicken knife is just incredible.
Yep.
I actually used Sorcerer, as it was in the PlayStation 1 version, or Mystic Knight. Not on my first few runs, but then my brother played it, was like, yeah, this class is really good, and I used it, and like, yeah, Spellblade is fantastic.
Yeah, Spellblade is like a really good way to do a lot of damage as a method class.
I've turned so hard on Monk. I used to use Monk in World 1 all the time, which is still a very viable strat. But now I probably wouldn't even bother.
Yeah.
Because I despise Monk now. Having Monk is my least favorite job in the entire game. Hands down. Yeah. Hate Monk. Red Mage dual cast as long as you have other mages is amazing. I've always had one person get dual cast in my non-Fiesta runs.
Right.
How long do you think it has got to go? We've been going about 15 minutes.
I don't fucking know. I mean, I know we have some trouble with Ned, but I don't remember how much.
No, I wouldn't have much trouble with Ned at all, no. And there's about half an hour of ending.
True.
It can't be that long, and I did not have any trouble with Ned. I had a Bard. If you have trouble with Ned with a Bard, what are you doing? You're clearly not utilizing your Bard to its full extent if you're having trouble with Ned. Red Mage, the problem with Red Mage is that on its own... Oh!
Hey!
Oh, hey! There we go!
So now it takes us a little bit to actually, like, unthrottle or throttle the game again.
I actually unthrottle, and then I go back.
Re-throttle the game.
Yeah, re-throttle. And then
They're moving so slowly now.
I actually reload the game so I can try and catch the death.
Yeah.
I know that dual cast before then in my main runs, but I do a lot of fighting. And I did, you do statue grinding. Basically,
oh right, we didn't quite have the throttle correct here.
No, it's because you set it off rather than putting it. You set it like 100% instead of just turning it off.
Right.
Which makes it doesn't like me sitting at 100% for some reason. You just need to throttle off, and it'll run normally.
We do still have it on a button though.
Yep.
So we're basically trying to figure out exactly which hit kills him.
Yep. Yeah, I could have just caught it on the recording, but probably would have been very difficult on full throttle to catch it anyway.
Yeah.
Dual cast, like, summons is hilariously broken. Dual casting Time Mage, also hideously broken. Quick Meteors, dual casted are absolutely gross. There we go. Better reload that one and try to capture it.
Yeah, this is us checking to see if we get it or not.
I checked to see if I got it or not.
Because you need a shot of him purple and dying, but his nameplate still has to be on, which is a very short window.
As I said, you really don't. He will take anything, but I like getting it properly.
Proper archiving.
But it is like there's only a handful of frames where he's dying and his name is still there because his death animation is so quick.
Yep.
It's not like Omega and
where he
where they take forever.
Flashes and then slowly fades away. Shinryu is just like, well, see you later.
Shinryu dies exactly like the Crystal Dragons.
Yep.
Yeah, the former Red Mage was saying before I got caught up by finishing is Red Mage on its own isn't a good class.
Yep.
They only getting up to level 3 of both spells doesn't give them very much. They have some utility. They have Confuse, which is helpful. I've definitely used Red Mage's Confuse to get blue magics before.
I do love your zombies going, yay! So there we go. That is Shinryu. We now have a double crown.
Now it's just Ned, and as I say, Ned is not a problem for a bard team. But yeah, unfortunately, Red Mage can be such a problem if it's like the only magic class. But on saying that, Red Mage lets you trump Shinryu.
Yep.
Monk is just bad. Monk's bad. It doesn't even give you that. Monk doesn't even give you trumps a super boss. That's how bad Monk is.
I mean, Monk is like needs an accessory to even be able to put out endgame damage.
Yep.
And he's a damage like Monk is a damage class, which is like, ugh. It's not great.
No. Oh. No. Yeah, unfortunate thing about Monk is that because it's based on level but it doesn't scale high enough. Basically Monk at the start is really good because you're doing more damage, like your multiplier is better than having a weapon on.
Yep.
But by the end of the game your weapons outpower barehanded by a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, Loon's breakdown of classes, yeah, you probably did do the maths on it, yeah. Monk is just bad. Monk is bad. I don't even like Monk for World 1. My Monk start, I hate it. People are like, oh yeah, it's really good, you just focus and punch things, but you get double counters.
Yep.
With no healing. Night start, far better.
Yeah, it's like if you want the pure physical kill everything start, Knight will take a lot less damage than Monk does.
I'd honestly, every other start in Monk I prefer. White Mage, fine. Black Mage, good. Haven't done Thief, but honestly, it'd probably be fine. I've done a bunch of knife starts now that are worse than Thief. I've done Bard. There literally cannot be a worse start to this game than Bard. Yeah, like, there's no class in this game that has a worst up to the water crystal than Bard. Now you can just name any other class and I will tell you why it's better. Yeah, power base level is bad when your typical team ends up like between 30 and 45.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of those RPGs where your levels are actually fairly low throughout most of it. You know, like Shinryu's level 97, but that's kind of an outlier.
This is a Brave Blade run.
Yeah.
I have not ran from a single encounter.
In the entire game.
I am 41?
I believe so.
My chicken knife runs usually end up somewhere about 30, 35.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely always in the, yeah, I mean, the map and even higher map points is just not good. Yeah, I probably should use Requiem on these people, but I kind of forget about Requiem when I finish her.
Yeah, it's sort of forget about Requiem when you're not in the areas that are like everything's undead.
Yep, so now, I have to figure out what setup I want for Ned. And basically Sing. Love Sing.
Sing shines the most in the Ned fight, because you have the safe time to set it up. Oh right, we found 2 separate necromancers after doing the Shinryu fight,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny because this is the rare encounter for this room.
Yep. So, yeah, basically, yeah, as I said before, Bard chumps Ned because you just spend the whole of the Tree Death fight buffing. Do not have everyone buffing, though. We will see something that means that if you have all of your bards singing, you're fucked. Do not have them all singing. I learned that the hard way a few years ago in the Fiesta. Finisher does make a lot of things superfluous, that is,
Which was kind of probably the biggest problem of this run.
Yes.
That there were interesting strats, and we did show off most of them, but when it came down to it, 999 damage, or 4 nines of damage is just, you know, there you go. That's all you need.
Yeah. Really is. Oh, this is where I actually change things up a little bit. I actually don't use Finisher in this fight. This is where I'm figuring out what the hell do I want on my bar.
How do I actually want to, like, you know, finish the game?
Shields? Shields is a good one. Because all this bard will be doing is singing. So I might as well have the Aegis Shield on and block spells. 33% chance to block spells is real good.
Pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, so this is where I'm like, what's my strat for Ned? How many singers do I want? Decision.
How singy we talking?
Like, do I want to keep two-handed on? Do I want everyone singing? I want at least 2 singers, basically. Yeah, love those Harmony sandals. I got 2 Aegis Shields in this run because I actually did everything in the game.
Right.
So I think that one's, I kind of remember if it's History Falls or the Trench. I want to say it's the Trench has the 2nd Aegis Shield in it. And I have the Genji Shield, which is a real good one. So I put Blade Blitz on.
Everybody.
No, just on Bart's, and I think,
Paris.
I put it on, no, I didn't put it on Paris. Put it on Pearl, maybe?
Maybe.
Put it on one of the 2, I think. We'll see. Because the thing about Ned is you really wanna murder all his parts equally. If you leave one alive at the end, it goes apeshit and kills you. It's always really funny when you accidentally kill the second to last part and you're like, fuck, shit, kill it. So Blade Blitz is a move that does 3/4 damage to everything on the screen. All enemies. Finisher does 9,909 damage to 1, which generally speaking is more profitable.
Yeah, is the better thing to be doing most of the time.
But I have bards that can sing my levels to ridiculousness.
Indeed.
We're save stating, let's go up and fight Ned.
Let's go finish the game.
Yep.
As Ned goes and Neds for a bit.
Yep, I actually read this for once. I've seen this so many times and yet I've fast forwarded through it all the time. I only read this like once a year when I actually do my run where I don't fast forward it through. Tree!
Turns out he's been a tree this whole time.
Oh, we knew that, yeah. We've known he's an evil tree.
Mm-hmm. Bring him out around. Okay.
So yeah, he basically voids every other town in the game.
Everywhere.
Whee!
So at least one person in this world must have been named Void.
Yeah?
That's just
Well,
science.
those pirates, probably. They wield axes, right?
Yeah. Please, he wasn't a pirate, he was a mercenary.
No, he's a warrior?
A mercenary isn't a class in Fire Emblem 9 and 10, so... More of a designation. Mwahaha. He even tries to void us.
Yep.
Which is weird, because we're in the void.
Get extra voided.
Double voided. We call this void level 2. Doink. Hey, get up, you fuck.
Yeah, assholes. Gotta finish this game, come on.
Yeah. Wake up, son.
Yeah, this is where all
Such
the
a
dead
deadbeat.
dad. This is dead dad zone.
Yep.
Look at all these dead dads.
Exiled to the dead dad zone.
And dead granddads. Ah, Galuf. Yeah, into the Dawn Warriors. Guess technically only 2 of these people are dead dads. Sorry, you cannot use the restroom, your cat needs to sleep.
Elgor definitely fucks.
You think? I don't think he's a dad, though.
They're all honorary dads.
Take this!
Blah blah blah.
Oh hey, third dead dad.
Hmm.
3 out of 5 dead dads is not bad.
Yep. 3 out of 5 dead dads ain't bad. That on a t-shirt.
Alright, so you can actually leave, by the way.
Yeah, you are free to move here.
You can actually just leave, and if you do leave, like, all the stuff that got voided is unvoided. And the scene replays.
Calling this game's bluff, basically.
So, yeah, Tree Death starts before you fight Ned, and this is where you just want to buff to hell.
Yeah, this is just Ed. Ed, fight 2.
No, this is Ted.
Ah, yes, Ted.
We already fought Ed, this is Ted.
Right. I do love how, like, the suit of armor is still just up there, chilling, engulfed by the tree.
Yep. So, Ted isn't a total pushover. White Hole turns you to stone and kills you. So you have to both Phoenix Down and Golden Eagle.
Yep. Which is essentially saying, like, 2 characters' actions to be able to use this character again, which is actually, like, a fairly serious thing.
Mm-hmm. So you want people... I have 2 people buffing. You want Mighty March, what Regain on. You will see why Regain is normally a terrible song. You'll see why combined with Hero's Rhyme it actually gets fucking incredible.
And of course, when the fight goes this long, you'll actually gain a pretty decent amount of health off of it.
Yep. Yeah, you want a Swift song and you want a Hero's Rhyme. Those are the 2 songs you want. Do not have all 4 people singing. The thing is, Tree Death has physical attacks, but that aren't actually physical attacks.
Right. When Tree Death punches you, it does not actually count as a punch.
you, and it does not knock bards out of their singing.
Nope.
So if you have all 4 of them singing, you're stuck.
You will literally sit here until he white holes you.
You will never unsing.
Yeah.
So you need at least 1 person not singing, and for safety's sake, it should always be 2, because if he white holes the 1 person not singing, you're screwed. 2 is more than enough to get a good deal of buffs off. You want a Swift and you want a Hero until you are so fast and so leveled that Ned is basically never going to get a look in.
Yep. Boink. Yeah, you can even see like shields going off on him.
Yep.
Yeah,
you can also see that Regain is getting wild.
Yeah, getting 200.
And Swift Song is going to make those Regain ticks happen faster.
Right. Which is another problem with Swift Song or with Regain normally. It ticks so slowly to get like, you know, half of a high
health.
potion.
Yeah, like 50 health back every odd tick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just me farting around with potions, to be honest. Not really. I don't want to attack him. Do not want to attack him because eventually when he gets below a certain amount of health, he will just start meteoring you.
Right.
Which sucks. And you also don't want to kill him until you are buff as fuck.
Until you are good and ready to take on Ned.
At this one, I'm just sitting. 246. You can see my bard is getting 100 a tick. Regain gets ridiculous with Hero's Rhyme and Swift Song. It is normally terrible, and now it really gets real good.
Yep.
I can't even be. I'm like, fuck it, Elixir.
Bam,
I can't be bothered. I don't need to heal MP. Fuck it.
Yep.
Hilariously, I'm gonna spoil this now. He never white holes either of my bars.
Yeah, he just hits
goes for
Krill and
Krill.
Bartz a bunch of times.
He goes for Krill the vast majority of times. I'm waiting for him to white hole one of my bards.
They're sort of like, well, I've had enough singing now, but...
Never manages it.
I mean, it's fine if you don't want to, but,
It is absolutely worth the time. Because the buffs carry over. Everything in this fight carries over to Ned. So you see, that attack did not knock Faris out of her singing.
Yep.
Even though it had the sound and the look of a physical attack.
Actually magic.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, how else would a tree punch you than by magic?
I guess that's true. That's fair. I have Blade Blitz on Krill and Bartz for the Ned. And look at those ticks. Also, like, Bartz and Krill have both died, so neither of them have Mighty March on anymore. Because Mighty March does not go through death.
Right.
So only Lena and Faris are, but when I eventually knock my bards out singing, I will put Mighty March back on.
Yep.
And you will see the kind of health regains those guys get. Every
we have decided to continue the fight.
I think I just leave them singing. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. I don't actually need either of my singers. I can't be bothered breaking them out. These guys with Blade Blitz are basically going to be my damage dealers. Fuck it. I'm just going to leave them singing as I chunk Ted to death.
As you use a potion on Krill for some reason.
I'm just, like, wasting time using potions instead of high potions. Essentially.
Yeah, you'll notice that, like...
see that this is the kind of damage I would normally do two-handed.
Right, with one-handed things, we're doing over 5,000 damage now.
You can see why buffing, and you can see how fast both of them are getting their attacks in. Like, they are just going. That's Ted down. And we'll see just how easy Ned is with 2 people singing.
Yep.
We'll see how this goes. No, why?
You can't cut funding. You'll regret this. Though as with most JRPG final bosses, when they die, things get weird.
Yeah, this is gonna be even weirder than normal. Hi, Ned.
Forever!
So Ned was always a giant character, right?
Yeah.
I lied. Character is totally in this game. Look at him.
Definitely.
There he is.
Extremely wiggly cat.
Alright, so right save state, and then I'm gonna magic lamp, as I always do, and start this fight to kill the back part. You magic lamp 3 times, or if you've already primed it, just use Odin. I never do, I always just...
It's free damage.
It's free
on the other
damage,
parts.
yeah.
So, for the record, Odin casts instant death.
But only from the magic lamp, because if any of the parts on the screen or any enemies on the screen are heavy, Odin does damage instead of insta-death. But from the magic lamp, he always does insta-death. And the back part of Ned, there are 4 parts to him, is vulnerable to insta-death.
Yep.
Or this version of it, anyway. 3 versions of death in this game.
Death is weird.
So the back part of him is now dead. There are now 3 parts, and now I'm just gonna, like, Blade Blitz them to death.
Yeah, Blade Blitz doing 3,000 damage to every part.
Does occasionally miss, which is a shame, but I'm not gonna quibble over nearly 4,000 damage to, like...
A 4,000 damage all attack that costs nothing.
Yep. And you see that Swift Song and Hero's Rhyme is still going,
As you constantly attack him.
and I shield that Vacuum Wave. Each part of his has somewhere between 50 and 60,000 health. Oh no, he's
And
gearing
here comes
up.
the wiggles.
He's gearing up, he's wiggling. Like shit, I better murder him. Better get my wiggle on. Those laws of the universe mean nothing. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Blade Blitz. I believe it's the... is it the bottom part of the Alchemist? Yes, it's the bottom part there is the one that casts Alchemist. Which is easily, yeah, killed that first part. Alchemist is easily the biggest threat in this fight. Grand Cross also sucks ass, but Alchemist is the one that will just, if you don't have enough HP to survive it, you will just die.
Yep.
And I killed his bottom part, so he is no longer wiggling, and I am like, oh shit, kill it, kill it, kill it. Dead.
Luckily.
And that's Ned. That's what Ned is like with the bard.
Yeah. They literally never stopped singing.
He got 1 attack in?
Something like
He
that.
got a vacuum wave in,
I
that
believe
was it.
so, yeah.
He never got Alchemist off. And there we go, that is Ned with Bards, and Blade Blitz actually came in. It didn't come in handy the whole game. Like, I grinded out Blade Blitz, and it was fairly useless for most of the game, but it was very, very good against Ned.
Yep. Blade Blitz feels like it should have been the attack for the Gladiator, like the main skill for the Gladiator, and then...
two-handed was always, and finisher
No,
was
I'm
always
saying,
there.
like, replace Finisher
replace
with
Finisher
Blade
with
Blitz
Blade
as the
Blitz,
default
yeah.
skill, and then earn Finisher as the final skill.
Yeah.
That feels like that would make more sense for the progression.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, even the whole leveling the class up to get better odds on Finisher isn't really necessary.
No, yeah. I mean, a 25% chance of just killing
Yeah.
anything.
Of just murdering, like, 95% of the enemies in the game and doing grievous damage to the rest.
Alright, so we beat Ned, we beat the game!
Yep.
I beat the game for the, what was this, the 23rd? 23rd time in
Something like
4
that.
years? I definitely beat this game before the Fiesta, but not for a while. So yeah. Finisher's ability is just kinda... it's kinda busted.
Yeah, it's busted in a way that isn't fundamentally, like, interesting in the way that a lot of
Yeah.
other ones are. Like, just ramming the damage cap sort of means that there's, like, you're already doing max damage. There's nothing else that you could do to actually make this better, which is like, yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially a better dance. Essentially it is, because at the end of the game it's 50% like Swords Dance.
Yeah, exactly. It's better dance, like, and it's, of course you could say it's hidden behind getting all 4 tablets and opening up the GBA bonus dungeon, but like, yeah. But like, I still think even then it could have been made the mastery ability of the gladiator. You know, like that when you did literally all that work for it, it would be just utterly unnecessary in the same way the necromancer is. But it would still feel like a reward for that. Whereas when it's the first ability you get with it, you're like, yeah. Like again, if it was just Blade Blitz, if their default ability was Blade Blitz, I think they would be a much more interesting class overall.
Yeah, I do think this run was saved by the presence of Master and Bard.
Oh god, yes.
Because Knight and Gladiator synergize stupid well.
Mm-hmm.
But in a really boring way.
In a just attack everything kind of way.
In a give two-handed to your Gladiator and just murder everything with swords.
Yeah, I mean it would be funny with a freelancer to use Blade Blitz and two-handed. That'd do some damage.
That would be fun.
But unfortunately, because you can't change the default skill of a character.
Yeah.
That would probably be one of the few things that I would change about the base version of this game. I wish that when you had a class equipped, you could equip any of their skills in their main slot. Yeah, that you've learned in their main slot. Like, because the fact that it's just the one ability feels so limiting when you've played this game as many times as she has.
Yep.
It's funny, I haven't beaten this game in years and years, but I have played this vicariously through Serene.
For 4 years, yeah.
For 4 years now, and I know basically all the tricks.
Playing Blitzen with a harp.
I have no idea what that would even do. Like, percentage-wise.
Oh, yeah, I think you would only be able to do it with, like, the Apollo's harp. All other harps are garbo.
Well, it's the sort of thing, if it does the full percentage damage to everything on the screen, that would maybe make something, but you'd probably still just do more damage with the sword most of the time.
If an enemy's heavy, it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's also true.
Percentage damage doesn't, like that doesn't work on enemies that are heavy. Like all the Bard's harps suck. They do percentage damage, which is really low and dumb and bad, and it doesn't work on heavy enemies.
Yep.
I'm gonna get the ending I have gotten. I think it's only one time I have gotten a different ending. So this ending changes depending on how many people were dead at the end of the Ned fight. Because we all escape the void here, but if your character died and was dead at the end of the Ned fight, they don't escape the void. They don't escape,
yeah.
So the ending changes a bit depending on how many characters made it through. But I've only ever had, I think I had Lena die once, and that's it. Like, I'm usually, the thing is, by the time I get Ned, I'm either all alive or I'm all dead.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I usually, like, make a mistake and he goes, like, ape shit.
Yep.
And everyone dies.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Ned has so many all attacks, and those are really the only,
we didn't see them. Alchemist does just an insane amount of damage. If you have less than, like, 1600 health, you're just dead.
Yep.
You're just dead. Grand Cross does a variety of different status effects to everyone.
Which you then have to spend a lot of time recovering, where he is just beating the shit out of you.
Yeah. Just with attacks and then building up for more alchemists. So yeah, you want to kill that back part with the magic lamp, and then you want to kill the alchemist part.
Yep.
Yeah, the Apollo harp is the only harp in the game that doesn't do percent damage, and it also does 8 times damage against shit.
Yep.
Against dragons and undeads. Also does.
I think it also does damage to undead. Yeah.
Yeah, we repaired all the crystals, I guess. Funnily enough, you will notice where these crystals are going. They are going into all the bits where we got the tablets. You only recognize them if you actually went and got all the tablets.
Yep.
But that's where the crystals are now. They are where those legendary tablets were.
A letter!
Yes, who writes this letter also depends on who's voided.
Right.
Because it's usually Krill. Yes. If Krill is voided, it isn't, obviously. And I believe even if other people are voided, sometimes it also changes. The letter telling all the ending. So you can go through the ending.
Hooray, it's me!
And talk about the game. And I'll come back and discuss this run a little bit more.
Yep. I really do think that I would have put Blade Blitz as the first skill of the Gladiator, because honestly, like, yeah, by that point in the game it wouldn't be so good, but it's still like a physical all attack is super, super rare. Like, it would immediately make the Gladiator kind of special. And it would also be something that you could, like, buff up and do shit the way that we did the singing and then the Blade Blitz on Ned. So, like, I think that would have made for more interesting gameplay, especially because, as we've said, when it comes down to it, Finisher is dance, but better. And you don't even have to do as much work for it, so it's like... All of the GBA classes are honestly sort of weird. I've heard Cannonier's kind of fun, but you also just don't get the... bonus stuff until the very end of the... You know, like, you don't get his actual main mechanic until the very end of the game. So, it's weird. Anyway, Faris is fucking off again, as Faris does. I have to imagine the geopolitical state of the world is in complete turmoil now that the two worlds have been merged together and the borders of the world are, like, completely overlapping and invalidated at this point. But hey, everybody's just living in their castles and having a good time. Maybe Krill will be queen. As if. Butts went back to his hometown. Told his mom that his dad's dead too. Well, told his mom's grave. All the usual stuff. Boko had sex and made children. Sort of weird that Boko decided to just live with pirates forevermore. But hey, it's a good neighborhood to live in. Everyone fought so hard. Remember that time X-Death fought a turtle? That was wild. Remember that time Bartz fought the Wolf Hokage? That was also wild.
So yeah.
Yeah.
This run. There is some synergy in this run.
Mm-hmm.
Two-Hand and a Gladiator are good. Bard and Knight play off each other really well.
Yep.
Beastmaster always fun for shenanigans. But essentially each job was just doing its own thing.
Yeah.
I've said this before, but basically you just wanted a Knight to be two-handing, just wanted a Bard to be singing, you wanted the Beastmaster to be catching, and the Gladiator to be finishing or just two-handing.
Yeah.
Or, like, essentially there just wasn't all that much
Shenanigans.
Yeah, not all that much, like, useful synergy in the kind of way I normally play a run.
Mm-hmm.
Each class was basically doing its own class thing.
Remember these characters that we spent the entire game playing?
Yep. And, yeah, I mean, certainly wasn't a bad run. The Mime Berserker, I always forget. Mime Berserker Dance. Beastmaster was definitely a worse run.
Mm-hmm.
Berserker always makes Beastmaster harder.
Yep.
Because Berserkers just fuck that up. They attack when you don't want them to.
Yeah, like, one of Beastmaster's big things is, like, control to be able to stop enemies from, like, to be able to control enemies, and if you hit them, it loses it, which means that there's a lot of Nombo there.
There was quite literally no synergy between Mime, Dancer, Berserker, and Beastmaster. Like, they're written that there is none there.
Yep.
Really hilariously. So, this run was at least pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
If in a slightly boring way. I'm glad I did everything in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of like, it let us do a lot of interesting stuff showing things off, because we knew we could always kind of fall back on the finishers.
Mm-hmm.
Even for things we maybe shouldn't have done, like Rug Wizard.
Yeah, Rug Wizard with Finisher was fun. I certainly did not do Rug Wizard with the Mime team.
Yep.
God, no. That team would, no. Yeah, all in all, this run was fine. I was definitely sick of not being able to run away by the end of it.
Brave Blade runs will do that to you.
Brave Blade runs without fast forward will do that to you, 100%. I had already done a Brave Blade run this year as well.
Yep.
So I'm doing 2 in fairly quick succession. Kind of rough.
Yep.
But overall, enjoyable run. Probably in the middle of the pack for this year. I think my favorite run this year was actually Red, White, Freelancer. That was a really interesting run. That was a combo I never really had before. Ninjas with magic and scrolls are incredible. There's a lot of synergy with that one, especially with Freelancer. A lot of really weird things to do. Dual wielding White is great. I did Omega legit, but in a way that didn't make me wanna like cry.
Yep. One of the few times, really.
Certainly, I think my favorite run of the year. The second favorite would be the.
Remember that time Gala fucking died?
Yeah, my second favorite one would be Time Blue Bar Dancer. Which was just a fun. The start
Basically
of the game,
a fuck you run.
The start of the game is rough. All the way up to about the end of World 2. And then World 3 was just my fucking oyster. Because you get Meteor, you've got Eroga, you've got Mighty Guard, and you have Chicken Knife dancing.
Surprise! It's us!
So yeah, if someone is voided, they will come back here.
Yep.
They'll be rescued from the void. And appear in this cutscene. So they're all alive!
Yay.
So I really recommend the Fiesta to everyone. I don't know if I would recommend doing a Forbidden run for your first run.
Especially for Forbidden is sort of like you have played a lot of Fiestas and you kind of just want the slightly expanded class pool to do something a little different.
I gotta tell you, I was so pleased when I got Beastmaster and Bard, because it meant no matter who got voided, I would be able to beat Omega and Shinryu.
Yeah, to keep that Triple Crown streak going.
Because the first two, this was the third run of the year, and run 1 and 2 both had to fight Omega legit.
God.
Which was hell.
Yep.
To fight Omega without a cheese method, it was not fun, and I was really hoping I wouldn't have. When I got Knight, I was like, oh please give me.
Yeah, Knight was already a sort of shaky one for
classes
that.
that can cheese him. Knight basically makes all of the game easy, but he doesn't help in the super boss fight.
At all.
The rippling of the wall.
Never heard of it.
Crackling of the floor. Not how he heals settling of Earth.
What the fuck are you all talking about?
Weirdos. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this informative run. I'm sorry it took so long to finish. Internet problems.
Thanks, Optimum.
Thanks, Optimum. Fuckers. Thanks, Verizon, for giving us internet that doesn't suck.
Yep.
Never go with Optimum, folks. They suck donkey nuts.
And then
Yeah, you're welcome.
Chokerbos.
Yeah, I'm already partway through my run 6. I don't think I'll stream any of it, and I don't think there'll be a 7.
Mostly because we're basically at the end and kind of slowing down.
It ends at the end of this month. If you do want a Fiesta run in, you have a bit over a week to do one.
Yep.
And I don't want to have an uncompleted run on my record. No. As I said, I have so many new games I haven't played before. So many games I'm playing again. Just.
That's always how the Fiesta goes.
I didn't even include any of the games we're playing on stream on my games list at the start. Here. Like, those are all just games I'm doing in my spare time when we're not streaming, and we're streaming probably like 15 hours a week or something.
Yep.
Tiny chocobos. Yeah, we're in credits and chocobo riding.
Indeed. on this weird map that doesn't show up anywhere else in the game.
Look at him go! Look at him go! I have sprites that don't appear anywhere else in the game.
Yep. Giant lanky
Hero!
chocobo.
Oh no, that won't be Hero. That'll be, I never did name the one from Castle Baldur's.
Hear you.
Wagon. Aw, the wagon. He is now the last dragon. Yeah, Forbidden giving you a GBA class, which if you're not using the Fiesta mod, you cannot use in the game, and voiding one of your jobs, is kind of rough.
Yeah, losing a job is probably the worst part of Forbidden.
Yeah.
Like, I understand wanting to do something to balance out the overpoweredness of the GBA classes, but honestly, like, Gladiator's finisher kind of trivializes the game, but like, none of the others have that kind of X factor like the other two.
Cannoneers, apparently.
I mean, Cannoneer's great, but only at the very end of the game.
Oracle is real finicky.
The Oracle is like really, really weird. Even then, I don't know that you actually get amazing stuff.
All the classes are only technically really good at the end of the game because you're not supposed to have them at the end of the game. That is the limiting factor of these GBA jobs, is they are at the very, very end.
Yep.
You have to have gotten all the tablets. At that point, you're basically done.
They're generally supposed to just be around for the Void and the bonus dungeon.
Yeah.
And God help you if you want to do the bonus dungeon in a Fiesta run. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, essentially, you're replacing a job with your GBA job when you go to the Void.
Yep.
Fine, but I use the Fiesta mod. I'm an awesome person. An amazing mod that everyone should use.
I mean, it's the sort of thing when you've played this game 20-something times in the last few years that even getting things totally out of order and seeing how it breaks stuff is quite fun.
Yeah, Chemist is available World 1 and break shit. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Chemist is easily more broken. But, yeah, I think because there's, like, Forbidden and yes, something else, with it. But, yeah, I would play more Forbidden if it didn't avoid a job.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing. This is the only Forbidden run that we did.
And also because it's 1 of 3, and I know I would just get Gladiator over.
Yeah.
But no, Pure Chaos is still my favorite run type. I don't regret doing a Forbidden run.
It's nice to try it out, you know?
I still kind of wish I'd gotten Cannoneer. That is definitely the GBA job that I am most interested in. I'm not interested in Oracle. You have to like read up on Oracle and know what MP cycles you want to use, and it just seems like a bit of a hassle. But like not incredibly broken. Whereas Cannoneer is really good.
Yeah, Cannoneer at least has a payoff.
But yeah, so yeah, I got the boring of the GBA. But Finisher is certainly great. Oh, here we go. This is a zoom in and tells you what level you ended at.
Tells you something you don't know.
All their abilities they learned.
It's the exact same set for everybody.
It isn't always in Fiesta.
Yep. Sometimes you don't get all of them.
Especially when it's like Red Mage.
Yep.
I do not get jewel cacks on everyone.
No. No. Nay.
So Pure Chaos is a really good run type. I really like it. No dupes. I don't like Chaos. This is me like capturing this. I like capturing these. So I see what level they ended at, how many abilities they learned. Little snapshot. But yeah, I've had a fun time with my 5.5 runs so far.
Yep.
I will get my 6th run finished.
I mean, that's the great thing about the Fiesta. It comes once a year, you kind of just do it over the summer till you burn out on the game, and then you just don't do it for another year.
Yeah, I can never play Final Fantasy V like normally.
Yeah.
Because then I wouldn't be able to Fiesta.
Yeah. And I mean, that's fine. It's like playing through a game 6 to 8 times every year is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
For the game.
Yep. And yeah, this will probably be a yearly informative run.
Yep.
I enjoy doing them.
They're great. It's always fun to come back to this every year and like do something slightly different and talk about different little corners of the game design.
Mm-hmm. And every year I miss things. I got the sheep this year, but I missed the ribbon the girl gives you in the village, and there was something else I missed, and I can't remember what it is now. I was like, oh right, yeah, I missed that in my informative run. There's so many weird little things. There's apparently a scene I missed in Tycoon Castle at the dam. So I'm gonna
This
look at
fucking
that.
guy.
Yeah, never go. No 750 is a run I have never done. Because all physical classes
Is the same.
Is boring. It leads to some very terrible bosses that really expect you to have some form of magic or elemental damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that magic is like more varied and different than physical. And magic has access to all attacks, where like physical basically doesn't. Like, there's kick. Does that do all damage? And that's on Monk, and Monk sucks.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's like the only all attack outside of Blade Blitz, isn't it? Like physical all attack outside of Blade Blitz, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
It's sort of weird that they just decided to make all attacks only be a magic thing, more or less.
Yeah. Well, there's the samurai gets the insta-death everything on this. True. I guess it depends what physical classes you get. And how bored you get. But yeah, I have never run a no 750 run. I have run a few 750 runs. Many, yeah. Nowhere near as many Pure Chaos. Pure Chaos is definitely my most used.
Themed!
Yeah. The run I do the most is Pure Chaos, 100%. And then when I want I had a tough run last time, I just want to blow everything up. It's random 750.
Yep.
And it's the easiest type of run in the game. It gives you the most chance to get Black Mage, Summoner, even Red Mage with that. Like, dual casting magic is broken.
Yep.
Time Mage, anything White Mage, anything in the first two crystals have several chances.
Yep.
Limited. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Show off my file.
We did it.
It's got a star on it. We did it! We finished the run!
We fested.
We fested. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining me for run 3. It's finally over.
After so many years.
After months. Fun time. I really enjoyed the Fiesta. I thought I'd stream more runs, but then I was hoping to have more runs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look forward to Fiesta next year.
Indeed.
And we will see you guys tomorrow for more Celeste.
Yes, we are we're gonna start getting into the core and the B-sides, which means you're all gonna watch me die a lot. And that'll be a fun time.
Yeah, Kick doesn't ignore roll, which is why it's terrible.
That's awful.
It sucks, but yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming to Point and Click Wednesday as well, the guys who all came this afternoon. We'll see everyone tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.